Hey, welcome back. It's been a while, almost a year now. As you can see, I have 96,097 miles, and I have lost a total of 2 bars. And you know what I found interesting? When I get down to lower charge, before when I first got the car, the low battery warning wouldn't come on until 20%, and now it comes on at 23%. So I figure the more capacity I lose, the higher the number will be for when my battery gets low to charge. So I figure another 6 months it'll be 24% when it tells me I have a low battery. But anyway, I've done a few things since I've last made a video. First of all, I have this tire pressure monitor sensor. So basically, I try to maintain a pressure of 37 psi for maximum range. As you can see, it's a little off right now. The front left is a little high. The front right's very close. Rear right is slightly over, and the rear left is slightly under. So, and you can see it tells you the temperature of each tire, which is cool. I noticed the front tire is always warmer when you start driving, because I guess the friction of turning the wheel left and right makes a little more heat in the tires. But anyway, what else did I do so far? Oh yes, I also added a dash cam, which is on all the time, in case something goes wrong. I'm not like a Tesla, I don't have 20 cameras. But this car is paid for, and maybe perhaps in the future I'll get a Tesla. But this is actually the bare bones Nissan Leaf, so there's no Wi-Fi or connectivity, so nobody can really track me where I go, even though I don't really go anywhere. I'm in quarantine right now. But I also added this. This right here is a 1500 watt modified sine wave inverter, and that's the on and off button. And basically that powers my electric heater. That's 250 watts. It's plugged into my little power strip over here, and I ran the wires all in the console. And basically, in the winter, I only use the main heater to defrost the windshield, and I cycle that, so I don't leave it on to reduce my range, but I can leave my 250 watt foot heater on, and I put my heated seats on right here. And then I also have the heated steering wheel. So as long as I wear my jacket, I'm actually pretty comfortable. I don't feel like I'm very cold at all. So, and it's a lot more savings than if you try to run your main heater the entire time, because this is just a resistive heater. I believe it's at least 5,000 watts, so that's a lot of energy being drawn just to heat the vehicle versus being able to drive. So right now I'm averaging about 80 miles per charge, which is apparently about the same as when the car was brand new, but I've done a lot of modifications to make it more efficient, like the heater as well. And if you can see down here, I put in a little foot pedal. That foot pedal is my actually alternative brake light. So when I am regenning and somebody's close to me behind me, instead of them almost hitting me, I just step on that like I'm driving a clutch, and that activates my rear brake lights. Not my secondary rear brake lights. I'll show you that in a minute. But I should turn off my heated steering wheel. What else can I show you in here? From here, this is actually not the standard mirror. This is your CBR mirror. I got them on both sides here, and they're about, I don't know, 1/3 the size of the original, maybe 1/4, but they work just fine. And and they're very aerodynamic. I know Nissan put these big old headlights here to make a vortex to spin around the big old flaps they had over here. They call mirrors, but yeah, I like this. It's a much sleeker look and actually bolted right up. I didn't have to drill any holes or anything, which is nice. So what else? I think that's about in here. I actually made a list of what I wanted to talk about, but I'll take you outside and show you what else I did. So starting right out, I have my rear covers, wheel well covers, and as you can see above that, these are my version of vortex generators, which create a turbulence before the air reaches the back to fill the void, because behind every car there's a big low pressure zone. The high pressure zone is up front, so the air wants to rush into the back, and with these generators it helps energize that. Also, I got these standard ones on the roof here, and I also updated my solar. This is just off-the-shelf flexible solar panels. I attach them the same exact way as before. As you can see, I have them hooked up in series. So right now I'm producing 40 volts, and I have an MPP charge controller under the hood. And actually that really helps keep the battery maintained. I actually left the inverter on for 2 days, and because it was sunny, my battery didn't die because I had the solar panels charging it. So, and also this tire pressure monitoring sensor, I never actually charged it. I just let the sun charge it. It's really cool. It has like a little motion sensor, so it shuts itself off, and then when you get in the car and the car starts to rock, it actually turns on. So what else I do here? Oh yeah, I forgot, I have all 4 wheels with the wheel covers. These are my custom design. Actually, they had some abuse since I put them on, but basically I bolted these covers onto the hubcaps, so I can pop off the hubcaps and inflate my tires. You can see there's no, you can't see the valve stem to fill the tire. It's a little of a pain, but I try to keep, at least I know exactly what my tire pressure is. Eventually I like to do covers for the front too, but obviously the front wheels turn, so it's going to be a little more challenging. And as you can see, I debadged the entire thing. There's no Nissan Leaf, no zero emissions on here or anything. So, and this is my side mirror. I just put a little cover over there because there's a big gaping hole. And I took the front decal off and I replaced it with a small solar cell. And actually I have a functional solar cell coming that will charge USB, so I can charge my cell phone with this system. Just sitting right here, replacing the emblem. And I also put this rear front dam on here to let the air go around the car instead of slowing the car down. I know I saw some radiators in there. I believe there's one for the air conditioner. I don't use that. But also there's some another cooling device there, another radiator for probably the motor and transmission perhaps. So what I did here is, when the summertime comes, I can take out this little slot and let some air rush in there. As you can see, I just have my plates covered right now so nobody knows where I live. But I also added these LEDs right here. Actually, those are there before, but I added this nice strip in the front. These are my daytime running LED lights. They work really good, very low draw, and they're very bright. And as you can see, I got the matching wheel covers and debadged over here as well. And in the back, here's my alternative brake lights here. These are LEDs. And actually, they're just as bright as the original. As you can see, they're right next to them. So when I brake, I can have 2 on at once. And as you can see, I also debadged the back. makes a much nice cleaner look, and actually people aren't sure what this car is really, unless they've already seen the Nissan Leaf before. Let's see what else I have here. Yep. So this is actually 200 watts of solar. Each solar panel is 100 watts, and I have an MPP charge control under the hood. I'll show you under the hood now. So this is your standard vortex generator here. This is what you'd see on modern airplane wings, and to create the vortex. Let's see here. Pop the hood for you. So this is this actually has a charge controller, but it's not a mppt. This is my mppt charge controller over here. So maximum is 40 volts. So as you can see, the green light blinking, it's charging right now. And these alligator clips are actually for my I call it my pedestrian warning system. I have 4 10-inch subwoofers under my back, and I actually have a recording of a Porsche engine revving, and that usually gets people out of the way, because otherwise they can't hear me at all. I disconnected the standard system that comes with the car. You know, it makes a backup beeping noise and everybody stares at you in the parking lot. I took that out, and also you know, but you know, the horn still works, still functional. And this is just one of the solar panels I laminated, like I showed you in one of my last videos. But basically, to keep this inverter in place, I basically chained it, because before I had it just sitting, and of course it would just fall down. This engine, or this motor system here, actually rocks back and forth, so definitely needed the support. And let's see what else I got here. I think that's about it. So basically, this plug goes into the car, and now I can have the AC power. Of course, just modified sine wave, but so far so good. And yeah, that's about it, guys. I'm gonna close this hood. I actually took off this little heat cover. They had a type of insulation up here, so I took that off to help the engine stay cooler in the summer, even though the summers here are very short. So really it's not needed for me, unless I lived in California or something. It's mostly hot. Basically, that's it so far. I'll update you soon in another video. You can see I got my solar panels on my wall here, and I have my whole house off grid right now. I have 14 kilowatt hours of batteries in my house, and I can also charge my car with 120 trickle charge. So eventually I'll upgrade to a 240 volt. And my windmill over here is making noise. I gotta fix that. But actually, that's also charging my batteries as well. So it's always nice to have a backup. I don't trust the national grid here. They actually shut off my power one year when I was struggling with my payments. I missed one payment and they shut off my electricity. I lost all my food, and I vowed that would never happen again. So I had to take matters in my own hands and invest. And actually, this car has saved me so much money. I was able to invest in that solar system, and now I'm completely off grid. I use the grid as my backup, but right now I have the main breaker off of my house, and everything is just running off of my batteries and my 3000 watt pure sine wave inverter. So of course I can't run everything at once, but I can still wash wash my clothes, and I can still actually I have electric water heaters, so I can heat my water. They're at point, so they're right under the sink, so there's no wasted heat from heating up the pipes going a far distance. But other than that, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.